When should I sell my house? Is now the time? Is 3 months from now the time? Is summer the time? Like, when is the time to sell my house? And I'm always like, well, let's see here. Do you remember that song from TikTok a few months ago? Maybe it was even a year ago. I don't know. January, February, March, April, May, June, etc., etc., etc. Well, there are 12 months in the year. So whenever you want to move, that, my friends, is the time to sell your house. But Shoshana, there's snow on the ground. My friend, houses still sell. But Shoshana, it's not the school year. Oh, my friend, houses still sell. We could do one of those, like back and forth kind of things. But in the end of the day, what's the story? So when do houses sell anyway? Well, as we always say, real estate happens when life happens. And guess what? Life always happens. What do I mean by that? Like, we're talking about things, happy things, new job, a new child, upgrade in your living situation, getting married. And unfortunately, sometimes things that are less happy, death, divorce, downsizing, or maybe you're right sizing, meaning finding the exact right size home for you at your stage in life. Anyway, it doesn't matter what the month is, your house is going to sell. So let's talk a little bit about that. I really want to talk about whether you should sell your house. I want to talk about if there's any worst month to sell a house. And I want to talk about whether now is still a good time to sell a house. And P.S., don't try to time the market. So here's what I know. Any way you slice it, it is a big decision to sell your house. And it takes a lot of work to get your house ready. I acknowledge that right off the top. It is not small, it is big. It's one of the biggest things that you're ever going to really do in your life is to decide to sell and to move. Let's talk about some seasonal fluctuations here in Cleveland, because I know that that kind of gets people down when they're thinking about what to do with their property. Okay, you know those things called seasons? When I was a kid in California in the fall, they had us color some leaves, and I was like, I wonder what this is all about. When I moved to Cleveland, I actually understood that the leaves change colors and they're very, very beautiful. Does that mean that your house won't sell because it's fall? It does not. We've had some amazing falls with people who really, really have found that the exact right time to sell their home. Now, winter, let's talk about it. You know, a lot of people have different feelings about winter. One guy or gal likes to be cold. Somebody else finds it just horrid and not their thing. And Cleveland does have that kind of gray sky, through the winter. That's hard for us. But will your house not sell? No, it will sell. If that's the right time for you, then guess what? That's the right time to find a buyer, because only the motivated buyers are out there trooping around in snow up to their knees, in the deep parts of winter. Have I ever sold a house in the winter? Yes, my friends, many, many, many. So I'm here to tell you that it's not a worst month scenario. That your house will sell. It's like anything. It has to be priced right, and it has to be in great condition, and it has to be marketed properly, and your house will sell even in the winter. Can we please talk about spring and summer? There's a big misunderstanding about spring and summer, at least as far as real estate goes. I know, about spring, the leaves pop out and the daffodils and all of that business. In summer, like music festivals, going to the lake, seeing the trees all leafy, hearing the cicadas, all of that. That's true for spring and that's true for summer. But what's different in real estate is we are always about 3 months ahead. If you're looking at selling your house in March, we're talking, it is summer. That's spring technically, but March, April, May, June, by the time your house is ready to go on the market, it gets on the market, it sells, and it closes. It might not be May or June, which basically is summer. And what we're seeing there is that just lag time. Put your house on the market, it's like a little quiz. If you put your house on the market in August, which you think is summer, are you putting your house on the market in the summer, or are you putting it on the market for fall? Because in my mind, you're putting it on the market for the fall market. If you're putting your house on the market in February, are you putting your house on the market in winter? Kinda, but not really. You're hitting the spring market. So you need to think a little bit 3 months ahead. It may take you a month, 6 weeks, 2 months, just depends, longer, shorter, get your house totally ready for sale. But no matter the month of the year, you can control a few of the pieces, including the pricing, the condition, and how it's marketed. And that, my friends, is how your house will get sold no matter the season, no matter the month. A lot of people don't like to talk about money. It kind of makes them like run for the hills. It's hard to talk about. But what I really want to talk about more than just like money, like dollars and cents, is economic factors that might affect you selling your house. What are some of the economic factors? You cannot open, I'll say, a newspaper. That dates me, I know. You cannot open your New York Times app, your Wall Street Journal app, or any of the news sources that you follow without seeing reference to the economy. You can learn a lot about it. You can learn nothing about it. That's up to you. Ultimately, though, your buyers will be affected by interest rates. So if we see interest rates trending up, we might see prices trending down. Might. Depends on the market. Now let's talk about whether you actually should sell your home. And the big answer to that is, I really don't know, because I don't live in your shoes. As we talked about before, if you have one of those life events that looks like it's going to make real estate happen, because real estate happens when life happens, then it might just be the right time to sell your home. If you're coming to me after something sad, say the passing of a parent or the end of a marriage, then we have sort of a more emotional component that we need to work through in order to get your house sold. And I understand that. I've seen a lot of different scenarios, and just, sometimes just talking to somebody who isn't in the situation can be really helpful, because you can just turn to me and say, Shoshana, I have had X, Y, and Z happen. I need to get my house sold. And all I'm going to say is, I understand, because I'm not here to judge or to weigh in on your situation. I'm just here as an advisor as far as real estate goes. Now, if you've had something happy happen, your family has increased in size, you have a new job, you're ready to be kind of what we might call in the real estate industry the step up mover, or you're buying your forever home, I'm here for that too. And it might just be time for that, because the happier events tend to have a little bit more time that to be able to find exactly the right thing to purchase. But if it's time to sell your house, we'll just be working continuously to get your house into the right shape in order to make it saleable at the right time in what we said was the right month, which is, as we said, January, February, March, April, May. So I really don't know if you've ever watched this video called Signs Your House is Going to Sell, but in it I share 10 secret tips to actually get your house sold at the highest dollar in the quickest amount of time.